COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted many sectors of life across the world, exposing the weaknesses in different aspects. Nigeria is no exception. Let's now examine its impact on Nigeria's health sector. And we're now being joined live from our Abuja studios by the head advocacy of the Nigerian Medical Association, Dr. Henry Ewunono. Thank you so much. Welcome to the News at 10. Tell us, how much of the weaknesses in our health system would you say COVID-19 has revealed thus far?
Thank you for having me this evening. Good evening, Nigerians. Like every other nation with its independent health system, COVID-19 has become that wind that blew that revealed what is behind the back of the fowl. In our system, it has revealed how to sum it all, the World Health Organization at the dawn of this COVID-19 era warned nations with weak health systems to wake up, to prepare for the worst. What are the characteristics or what are the parameters being judged? Leadership, governance, funding or financing, availability of safe medicines, health informatics, and etc. There are about 6 pillars governing health. Nations that are not strong in these areas, they have weak health systems. So bringing it back home, what COVID-19 has shown is that our institutions are weak in the areas of governance, leadership, stewardship, and accountability. It was only the time that COVID-19, the first patient was diagnosed, and we started seeing the escalation that states of the Federation, to the large extent, started running helter-skelter, trying to establish isolation and treatment centers. But as a medical student, I had some of my postings in infectious diseases at infectious disease hospitals. So what happens to the infectious diseases hospitals that helped Nigeria in the days of smallpox, in the days of yellow fever, in the days of those other diseases that are considered, communicable diseases? So we lost track. We relaxed. Again, funding. The nation is cap in arms, begging, appealing for assistance from all quarters, receiving from anywhere, because we don't have enough. Why don't we have enough? Because we have not been prioritizing health. Health is not one of those issues that make leaders to lose sleep. COVID-19 has woken us up. Again, in the health facilities, it is now common knowledge that healthcare workers are not spared. Meanwhile, healthcare workers are trained in infection prevention and control. So what has happened? Number one, we have not had enough things we need. In terms of personal protective equipment, whoever is telling you that we have enough is not saying the truth. Take your independent surveys. Midwives are still diluting disinfectants in labor rooms so that it can be used. It can, go at a longer extent to help them cope with the patient load. Patients are still being asked to buy gloves so that they can be properly attended to. Patients are being asked to buy other consumables so that they can be attended to. Certain consumables and equipment that are disposable sometimes are being reused so that care could be extended to many people. So these are among some of these lessons, especially financing, governance, administration, and, in the financial sector today, we know that they have what they call corporate governance. But we have our own in the health sector called clinical governance. Nigeria is yet to entrench and embrace clinical governance as the code for running healthcare services in the country. So we are not surprised that today we appear helpless.
So briefly tell us where we go from here, considering that we're still in the middle of the pandemic.
Many things will change from now as they are changing, but more especially in the post-COVID era. Our politics should change. Health must become one of those must talk and must, deliberate issues. We must place health in the front burner of our national discourse and national politics. Leaders that have not done well, governors who have not done well in politics shouldn't be returned. Governors who have not done well should not be brought back to the Senate or any other person and given positions of leadership. That's one. Secondly, funding. Abuja Declaration say 15%. If we can, let us have a roadmap. By how much can we increase? Then timely release of these funds. Let it not be towards the end of the year that you have massive contract approvals. Then clinical governance. We must improve, entrench clinical governance in our systems. The way we handle infection control, prevention and control modalities must change. Again, local production of the things we need to run and serve patients. Today, we know that we can now manufacture masks. We know we can now produce, hand sanitizers and other things we need. There is a syringe factory in Akwa Ibom State. I don't know whether they're producing syringes. Our big farmers that left Nigeria because of power issue, we must try to bring them back. We must look again at local vaccine production. The vaccine laboratory at Yaba was closed around 2004. Nigeria was
loads of issues we need to look at. We would like to appreciate your time. Dr. Henry Ewunonu, Head Advocacy, Nigerian Medical Association. Thank you for joining us on the News at 10 tonight.
My pleasure.